Today I'm going to share a brief recap from the amazing VidSummit 2019 that happened out in LA a few weeks ago, and 5 powerful tips for fitness creators like you that will help you as you move into 2020 and beyond. Let's go. Hey there, my name is Daniel and welcome to another video on Uscreen Health and Fitness, where we help you make money with your fitness content online. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to make more money doing what you love with health and fitness, go ahead and start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. A few weeks ago in mid-October was the annual VidSummit conference in LA. If you're not familiar with VidSummit and you're a video creator of any kind, then you need to learn more about this killer conference. You've probably heard of VidCon, but VidCon is for really popular creators and their fans. In fact, it has a history of being a little bit too crazy at times.
Dude, that guy better run quick. Oh my God. He's got thousands of people surrounding him.
Camera's turning on because I feel really uncomfortable.
Here we go.
VidSummit is much calmer, but it is specifically for creators. The purpose is to help creators be able to network and interact with each other without the added pressure of having to interact with their fans. It's for people who are in the trenches of the video world on a daily basis. Uscreen has been a part of the conference for the last couple of years and even provided all of the live streaming as well as on-demand replays of the sessions from this year, and we're proud to be a part of this amazing movement. I wanted to take a few minutes to share some of the biggest key takeaways that we had from this year's speakers, which included a killer lineup of creators like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, Chalene Johnson, and tons more. Over the 2.5 days of the conference, there were 5 high-level themes that really seemed to stick out to me and come up over and over again. So today I'll share those things and what they mean for you as a creator looking towards 2020 and beyond. Tip number 1, search. YouTube is a search platform first and a video platform second. Everything on there is shown to you based on search and behavior. If you're just throwing up videos on YouTube and hoping it's gonna do well because you think the content's amazing, it's probably not gonna do well. You have to do more than just throw a video up there. Optimize those videos for search. Promote the videos so they get discovered, so they get more views, so they'll show up in search results even more. And this goes for every platform. Each one has an algorithm and it feeds off of whatever clues and data that you make available. So err on the side of too much rather than too little. Give robust descriptions to your YouTube videos. Create compelling thumbnail images for your Facebook videos. Write an engaging caption for your Instagram videos. Create a killer call to action for your LinkedIn videos. All of that is data that the platform will take into consideration to help you get found more. Tip number 2, look beyond YouTube to build and scale. Obviously, if you're creating videos of any kind, you should likely be sharing them on YouTube. It's the second largest search engine and social media platform in the world. That's a unique blend of functionality and an incredibly unique opportunity. With close to 2 billion monthly active users, it's tough to tell anyone to skip out on YouTube when there's just so much potential upside. However, even the world's top creators will tell you that YouTube is just the tip of the iceberg. There are massive opportunities on the rise all over the internet. For example, on Facebook, they're beginning to experiment with paying top video creators on the platform. And with over 2 billion monthly active users, you shouldn't listen to anyone telling you that Facebook is oversaturated when there's more opportunity than ever. Another example is Instagram TV or IGTV. Personally, I think this one is very interesting because there are 1 billion monthly active users on the platform. You can create vertical videos for IGTV, which is native to the app, easier to consume, so it means no more having to turn your phone sideways to get the full scope, and there is a massively young audience on the platform. Now, Facebook has double the monthly active users, but that just means that Instagram has that much more room to grow. LinkedIn video is another example of a huge opportunity on the rise. Video on the platform is actually only a couple of years old, and the platform seems to be seeing a resurgence in popularity, and we're seeing a push towards higher quality content on the platform as well. It also represents a very unique business-to-business opportunity for anyone looking to capitalize on consumable video content. Not to mention that LinkedIn only has 300 million monthly active users, so there is a ton of room for growth when you compare it to the other platforms out there. But building beyond YouTube doesn't just mean looking at other platforms for video. There were also a bunch of speakers at VidSummit emphasizing the idea of leveraging YouTube to build an audience and create multiple streams of income. Sure, you can get some money from AdSense revenue on YouTube, but if you're not collecting email addresses and owning your audience, then what happens when you get demonetized? You've got to diversify and be prepared for the worst. Sell affiliate products or create your own products, use YouTube as a funnel to get leads for those products, and then leverage the opportunity to sell to those people who are obviously interested in what you have to offer. If you do the hard, consistent work early to build and prepare the way, then when it's time to scale things, it'll go much smoother. Create a vision for what you want, plan, and then execute and build more revenue for yourself. Tip number 3, data. The next thing I'll mention that's more important than ever heading into 2020 is data. This came up heavily in one of the last keynotes given by Daryl Eves, the founder of VidSummit, and Mr. Beast. If you're not familiar with Mr. Beast, he's got one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube and has had quite a few videos go viral in the last year or two. In fact, one of the stats shared was that Mr. Beast does not have a single video on his channel under 10 million views. Seriously, go check it out. And he loves data, so it was really cool to see Mr. Beast take the stage and walk through some of his best practices when it comes to data, reading the analytics, and then optimizing the details of his videos to help them reach more people. Here's some quick tips that they discussed. Using hashtags in your video description to help discoverability. Keep your video titles under 50 characters. Start your videos with the punchline. So if your video is about giving away $10,000, then show a brief clip of that at the beginning, not the whole thing, and then wait until the end to keep people around to show the rest of that. A stronger opinion typically equals a higher click-through rate. You should create multiple versions of your thumbnails and titles and then get opinions from other creators on what stands out the most to them. When testing thumbnails, screenshot the homepage of YouTube and then slap your thumbnail in there to see if it stands out among all the others. Aim to have patterns in your thumbnails, kind of like an organized chaos thing. Blur irrelevant space in the thumbnails to draw focus to the subject that actually matters. And then there were plenty more of tips that they shared, but you'll have to check out the replay for that. Data about YouTube optimizations is one of my favorite things to learn and discuss. In fact, there's a link in the description to an article from Brigsby.com that dives deep into breaking down tons of data from YouTube and the best practices we can derive from said data as creators. Data is not going anywhere. It's here to help us, and the more we have, the better off we'll be as we learn to best read and leverage that data to our advantage. Tip number 4, mental health. Mental health is a hot topic right now. Most of the major keynote speakers at VidSummit made some mention or reference to mental health. They even had a dedicated session on the main stage right before Casey Neistat came on to talking about mental health and addressing it as creators. I think there's even a series coming to YouTube from that guy. I forget his name, but the series is called Happy Hazel. So be on the lookout for that because they showed us a pilot and it looked fantastic. The content creation game can become an anxiety-filled rat race to the bottom rather than a fulfilling career that brings contentment and happiness. In the past, mental health has been the dark skeleton in the closet that we try as hard as possible to keep hidden. But we just can't do that anymore. It's too important, and it's becoming such a big topic of national discussion that we need to embrace the conversation as creators. And not only that, we need to embrace whatever that means for us personally. It means taking a break and being okay with missing a scheduled upload if need be. It means delegating work that we're not good at so we don't have to pull our hair out stressing over something that someone else can do a million times better. It means putting our personal health above the needs of our audience. If you have kids, then you might know a similar dynamic. It's so important to take care of our kids. But if we're not taking care of ourselves first, it's much more difficult to care for our children. It's the same with your audience. Prioritize your mental health. Talk about it, don't avoid it. The conversations are happening already, so be a part of them. Tip number 5, story. It's just as important as ever. Introduction, conflict, resolution. Peter McKinnon's keynote was a masterclass in storytelling. He wove through all of these narratives throughout his talk and was able to tie them all together in a beautiful bow at the end and brought the audience to their feet. Your content is always telling a story, so it's up to you to craft it and make sure that it's a good story. Just providing value is great, but if you're not crafting a story out of it and directing the narrative where you want it to go, then you're missing out on an opportunity to not only reach more people, but to reach them more effectively. Chalene Johnson talked about much of the same in her keynote. She's just got more of an infomercial background, but the reason she is one of the best infomercial sellers of all time is because of the stories she's able to tell. She even broke down the process of her selling and storytelling. Hook, problem, anecdote, solution, possibility, unique selling proposition, social proof, price juxtapositioning, price reveal, urgency, and call to action. That's her formula every time, and she's generated tens of millions of dollars with it. Tell a compelling story and people will listen, even if you're selling something. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up so YouTube knows I'm doing a good job. With that said, if you're looking for ways to speed up your content creation process, check out this video on 4 simple hacks for content creation. Which of these 5 things are you going to hone in on for 2020? Let me know in the comments. And to learn more about making money with your fitness content online, make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.